Wizards. Welcome to episode 36 of the Wizard podcast, and welcome to the revolution that's about to unfold, which is the Wizard platform. Now, guys, I honestly do not know where to begin. All I'm going to say first and foremost is the platform is coming sooner than you think. It's ready. It's been an incredibly eventful week, and we are super excited to get this show on the road. You've probably seen on Twitter already or on Instagram, the competitions are back. There are codes being distributed left, right, center. So there's crazy stuff going on. We are super motivated. We're super excited. This is going to be crazy. We've been working tirelessly, and thanks to all of you. You can probably tell from the tone in my voice right now, despite what's happened, despite everything, you guys have kept us going. You've kept us pushing every single step of the way. You've kept us motivated. You kept us hyped, and we've pushed and put every single breathing second into getting this platform finalized. Now, if there's one thing this past week or two has taught me, is that we are a family. This Wizard family that we have created, this community of like-minded individuals, you crazy people, so motivated, loving the charts. Everyone is just in synchronization with each other, and honestly, without you guys, we would not have been able to do any of this. It's almost set the tone for this podcast. It's given me the purpose for this podcast. It's giving me the overall topic for this podcast, and that overall for me is motivation, challenges, and actually overcoming and facing those challenges head on, like a man or like a woman, however you please, and tackling those challenges. This is essentially the fundamental ethics of how this business was even founded. This is the fundamental ethics of how this business was formed, what this business stands for. And it's just crazy how every single wizard is so like-minded, how we're all thinking the same, how we all have the same humor, we all have the same interests, we all want the same things. It's crazy how well this community has grown. It's crazy how large and how fast this community is growing as well. So I just want to say thanks to every single one of you, because without any of you guys, we would not be in this current position. We would not be able to have actually launched this platform as fast as we are anticipating to launch this. You guys have helped us. You've helped us fight the problem. You've stood by us every single step of the way, and for doing so, you guys are going to be rewarded. And as you've seen already, the rewards are already coming in hot. The Wizard demo is coming soon. The codes are being distributed. The platform is going live soon as well. You've probably seen on Twitter, we've mentioned the word days, and that's exactly what it is. So to be honest, overall and all in all, I am super excited. I hope you guys are super excited. There's going to be some crazy things coming in the timeline, and it's also provided us an opportunity to look at ourselves and just value this community even more. We sat down together as a team, and we kind of just went through Twitter today as well, and we just looked at the interactions and I guess the personalities of each and every one of you, and how you guys are just bouncing back and forth with each other. You're joking around, you're motivating each other, and just seeing the overall passion for how much you guys want to succeed, how much you guys want to break free from that 9 to 5. And we've said this from the very beginning. We are going to do everything in our power to make this achievable. Absolutely everything in our power to ensure you guys are breaking free from those shackles and ripping through those chains of the 9 to 5 and the corporate world, the rat race. We are here to wave goodbye to that rat race. I've done it myself, and now we are going to do the same for you. This is the goal of absolutely everything we do. It's to break free, the freedom for all. That's the motto, and that is exactly what's coming forward. So I hope you guys are excited, because boy oh boy, what's coming forward is going to revolutionize and shake up this industry. As you've probably seen from the images as well, the teasers, the trailers, the promos, there is nothing like this in existence in the market right now, and the level of content that's been carefully constructed for all of you, it's just unmatched in this present point in time, and I cannot see it being topped. So there's a lot more surprises as well to come from where this all comes from as well, but for the time being, we'll save that for when it should be, because that's what a surprise is for. I shouldn't tell you guys what's coming forward. I should just drop it at random. Me and the team will get together and plan when those surprises come. But just know for now that demo and the codes are the biggest sole focus of the weekend and this day in particular as well. So we gave away 60 codes all together. I hope you guys who have received the code are excited. We've got some exciting stuff coming forward as well. We've got a one-to-one webinar later with a very lucky individual as well. And alongside that, it's the podcast as well. There's all kinds of crazy things going on, so I'm very excited. So it kind of brings me to the overall topic of this podcast. I think the first thing we should do, and the first thing we can do as well, is just go over the charts very quickly, just to have a little understanding of what's going on. So all in all, I do believe we are now going to fulfill the downside targets a lot quicker than anticipated. Now, when I say a lot quicker than anticipated, I mean where we initially expected the likes of BTC, LTC, Ether, and XRP to see a little bit of wick fishing higher to the upside. What's actually come around instead is we've seen the three-stage process. Now, if you remember, we were looking for a short-term long opportunity, followed by a very large downside short opportunity, followed by what is going to be potentially one of the largest long opportunities we've ever seen. So the three-stage process and the three-part process we were anticipating did get a little bit cut short, and it actually got fast-tracked straight to phase 2 once the support level of BTC $8,600 was broken. Once that level gave way, it was unfortunately a free-for-all from there onwards. So looking at BTC right now, I think the best example of what's happened is $8,600 is broken. What's happened immediately from there, we've broken through, we fell down to 8,400. We've just broken higher. We've just tapped the $8,600 region. And now we're looking at falling straight towards that $8,000 to $7,900 zone as well. The confluences are looking great. There's Fibonacci's aligning once again. And all in all, things are looking phenomenal. We're looking like we are going to see all of these targets come through very early. And if you have checked the Telegram, I've given a very nice potential short setup on Ether, which has just been executed. And from the point of time where I've posted this call, you should now already be in instant profit. You should not have even seen a single second of drawdown if you followed the initial entry. So overall, before we even see any form of downside movement, I do believe Ether will come back and retest around $183 regardless. I know that's only around $1.3 away, but from an intraday perspective, it's still a little bit of a push down. And all in all, I just want you guys to know that it's very likely you will just see a little bit of a push lower in an attempt to wick fish. But looking at the 4-hour perspective, the market's looking good. We're seeing lower lows and lower highs yet again. There's trend lines, there's support levels breaking, there's Fibonacci's, there's trend line retest, there's all kinds of different confluences here. And from this setup alone, we're looking at around 5 to 6 confluences. So putting all of those pieces of the puzzle together, understanding what's going on. XRP for me looks a little bit bullish, so I'm not really worried about that one too much. LTC looks like a phenomenal short opportunity as well. Lower lows, lower highs, trend lines, rejections, all kinds of beautiful price action. The daily screaming for a potential downside movement as well. BTC looking exactly the same. So BTC, LTC and Ether looking very good for the short setup. And we're actually looking to ride this move potentially into the $170 to $169 region, which would begin to start fulfilling the overall end of year head and shoulder downside targets. Now, if you remember, the majority of pairs for the altcoins, let's just say Ether, LTC, XRP, a lot of these altcoins, even some of the others like Neo, GNT, IOTA, they have a head and shoulders forming on a much larger time frame perspective, which is slowly but surely fulfilling. So if these downside targets do actually come through, they're simply fulfilling the overall bigger picture momentum, which from there onwards would then fulfill the next step of our target. Because once the first target or the second target of a 3 to 4 part stage process comes through, it's almost inevitable the remaining processes will also commence from there onwards as well. So it's overall a very good point in time right now, and overall a very good point in the market. So the short position on Ether is running. I'm leaving that to run for now. We did get a stop loss hit in the prior one after a very successful series of trades. Unfortunately, the prior Ether one was closed out in a 1% loss. Now, all in all, comparing this to a real life scenario, a 1% loss on Ether in comparison to what was almost around maybe even more than 10% altogether across all of my trades over the past few days or over the past week and a half. I do not really care for a 1% loss when I've still ended the week and the past 2 weeks in a profit. And this is the goal. This is the understanding of trading. When you have a series of successful trades, as long as you follow your risk management principles, a loss will not affect your overall profits. And this is the key to trading. Many people will go and risk, let's just say 1 or 2% on a few trades, or maybe less. Maybe they will risk 0.5%, and they will have a series of successful trades. And then what they'll go and do is they'll get greedy and they'll decide that this time, after being so successful, they'll go and risk 5% instead. And then the way the world works, the way the universe works, it's the one trade you take that's double the leverage, double the margin that normally goes sour. So it's in your best interest, no matter how good your trading gets, no matter how good your trading streak is. If you are doing well, you do not increase your position sizes. Keep it the same. Stick to 0.5 to 1%, or if you want to push it to 1 to 2%, you can do so, but by all means necessary, ensure you have sufficient experience behind you. I've always said this, there's nothing wrong with taking risks. There's nothing wrong with even pushing to 5% if you have years of experience and a solid trading strategy and a trading plan. There's even been times where I've risked 5% and I have lost that trade before. And guess what's happened? I've still recouped it. Or I've taken the 5% in accordance with many different factors. So let's just say I've had a successful streak where I flipped the account several times over after a very long period of time. You can afford to take a 5 to 10% risk if you've made several 100% or tens of percent on your account. It's all about relevance and understanding. But overall, you should never really even be thinking about exceeding a 2% risk at the very worst. That includes multiple positions. If you're looking to enter 2 or 3 positions, then by all means necessary, you should be doing 0.5% risk or even less on every single position. Your overall account size should be risked around 1 to 2%. So only 1 to 2% of that number. So that means if you're running 4 trades or 5 trades, you cannot risk 1% on every single trade because you're then running at 5% risk. This is something that many people have to understand. If I do post a LTC, Ether and BTC trade, I do not mean go and put 1% on every single trade, because then you've then exceeded your overall risk limit. So putting all of that into perspective, the market's going well, and we have an understanding now that if we have just wiped out phase 1, that means with phase 2, we're going straight to the downside targets. And then what comes from those downside targets, you hopefully all know, we're looking at around $8,000 first before potentially even dipping into the $6,000 to $5,000 region. Once that's fulfilled, I do believe the tide will begin turning from there onwards. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I cannot wait. And I do truly believe we're going to be ending this year very revolutionary in terms of what the market will do price-wise. Many people will not even expect to see the market fall lower. And a good example is in the tweets that I posted yesterday into the Telegram, the tweets dating back to June, where when we were almost peaking at the $14,000 region, the highs of the year, the first thing I tweeted was $8,000 and $6,000 are still a possibility. And that just shows you the overall understanding I have of longevity, of swing trading, of longer term targets. The majority, and I would say 99.999% of crypto Twitter during that same period, if you were to go through any person's profile or tweets around that same time, they were all screaming for a break of all-time highs. They were screaming for a bigger movement. They were screaming for 30, 40, 50, 60, crazy BTC numbers, but no one was looking at the bigger picture. And this is what it's about. This is what the podcast is about, the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? What's in store for the Wizards? What's in store for the platform? What's in store for all of you? And I think this podcast is designed and intended to be a bit more motivational than normal, because I'm very excited for what's to come in terms of the platform. I mean, 100 plus features. We're looking at over 24 hours worth of video content alone. That's not to mention 9 books, over 55,000 words. I'm not even joking. Do you know how long it takes to write 55,000 5,000 words. It's taken me a very long time to write that many words, but believe me, every single second will be worth it. I've literally just, whatever is in my head at that time, whatever's been in my head for many years, whatever I think about on a daily basis, I've converted it into video and audio formats just to make life easier for absolutely everyone. The strategies, the indicators, just showing you different ways of trading. I'm showing you how to intraday trade. I'm showing you how to handle long-term investments. I'm even showing you how to do both at the same time, how they can benefit each other. It's the full package. That's what I've been trying to get across for a very long time now. It originally started off, as many of you know, as a vision for a day trading course. You all expected a day trading course, and I decided that's not enough. There's not enough content for day trading. We need to go in. We need to just ensure we've covered every aspect of life, because that's what being a wizard is all about. Being a wizard is being a wizard in life overall. That means your personal life, you should be a wizard as good as you are in your personal life as you are in your trading, vice versa. All aspects of your life should be covered, and it's just getting me excited now to think in a matter of days, or whenever that date is going to be. I can't give it away, but it is coming very soon and it is going to be announced. But put it this way, in a very, very, very short space of time, we are going to be on that platform together. We will be communicating together. There will be trade calls going off left, right, center. You guys saw 2 weeks ago, once the platform's actually out and I can finally stop actually working on the platform and providing for you guys even more than I'm already trying to do so, the calls are going to be left, right, center. We literally had around 4 trades in a row last week, just pinging back and forth. BTC was a great example. All kinds of craziness going on, and that's what it will be about. It'll be about mentoring you from psychology to even philosophical topics and trading, and just combining absolutely everything. So one of the videos as well, I just want to throw out there, just to do you know what, this podcast as well, just to lay out what I'm actually putting into this for you. So besides the videos, we'll get to the actual platform itself. Let's just go to the content. So understanding what's going on. You want to know about what platforms to use, how to become your own bank, how to use crypto. There's even a video there where I show you how I'm paying for my McLaren. When I wrap my McLaren purple, it's paid for in crypto. I'll show you how to actually take your profits from a trade. You will see the full process of profit taking to spending to converting to GBP to actually become your own bank and utilize cryptocurrency for its main purpose. But again, just showing how all of this has been put together for you guys. Every single thing we've done here has been because of you. You guys have told me what you wanted. You've told the Wizard team what you wanted. You've told us what you need, what departments you may lack in, what you need improvement on, where you think you might need improvement on. Every single phase of this platform has been considered for you guys. It's everything you guys want. I've literally sat there with the team and we've just sat there going through Twitter, going through DMs, going through emails, and just reading what you guys want, the questions you're asking us. Sometimes you guys are asking us questions and we think, okay, let's add that to the platform. And that's what we've done with absolutely everything. So I can't wait to actually just start revealing and opening up a whole new world to so many people. There's so many people out there who have started trading and they've fallen down all the same traps that every single newcomer does. This is life, and this is something that should never knock you down. This is something that's also made me realize why you guys need to be shown the correct way, because when you first start trading or any new skill set, you're inevitably going to be taught some form of the wrong steps. You're going to be taught in the wrong way. Unless you've actually got that guidance and the correct mentorship, any new skill set you learn, you're not going to learn in a professional manner. We are essentially fast tracking that process. So there's no longer a need to worry about trying to learn the ropes. There's no longer a need to go through every single mistake and trap that a newcomer would have to. You're essentially bypassing the entire education process and jumping straight into profitability. Now, if there's one thing that's probably proved this off the bat, you guys have not even seen the content yet within the platform, but yet I'm seeing people making thousands to hundreds of thousands off the calls alone in the Telegram. Now, imagine when you're not only understanding these calls more clearly, but you're also viewing them in the same way as myself. You're actually analyzing the charts exactly how I am. We're all moving in perfect synchronization. We're talking back and forth on the WizMe platform as well. There's going to be all kinds of interaction on there. We'll actually be able to once and for all communicate in a proper like-minded community. And considering the crypto market right now as well. This is a big important factor for myself. The crypto market right now in its current form is at the biggest it's ever been. The trading volumes are actually a bit lower than expected, but this is what it's all about. It's the fundamental growth of this space that's getting me so excited right now. What many people do not realize is just because prices have fallen, we already expected this. The minute we hit yearly highs, we knew we were going back down to $8,000. So it's no shock for us. It's actually given us more time to prepare and make more money. Whilst the majority of mentors and the majority of people out there were telling people, and they're blindly telling people to buy at $14,000, I simply said, do not buy and wait. And even by not buying at all-time highs, we've saved ourselves money, and we've enabled ourselves to actually have money to now buy at these current prices instead. You're buying at a discount. Almost a 50% discount from all-time highs is already achieved. Imagine when we actually do potentially fulfill a 50% discount from all-time highs. That would be absolutely insane if we can see that final push as well. So the space is growing, the space is getting bigger, and we need to realize we are still in that infancy stage. No matter how much we say it, or because we're involved in the space, we actually like to think, and maybe we become a bit deluded and delusional to the fact that we are still a very small fish, a very small tadpole in this very large ocean or lake or pond, or whatever you want to consider it. We are the small fish. We are still new. We are essentially just watching our child slowly become an actual child. It's slowly leaving its infant stage, and it's just growing up to slowly start crawling and walk. So putting this all into perspective, the prices are low, but then you're seeing all of this stuff going on with MoneyGram and Ripple. You're seeing all of this stuff going on with Libra. There's a back and forth battle. You've got the China and the Trump trade wars going on. So China have said, you know what, forget you guys, we're going down the crypto route. Now suddenly Tunisia have got the first ever cryptocurrency, like an actual national cryptocurrency. It's crazy. There is so much stuff going on in this space, and you could say it's perfect timing. You could say it was strategically planned. Maybe it was. What is the what are the chances that the platform is launching as we've actually already fulfilled the majority of our yearly targets, and as we potentially hit our final end of year bonus target of what could be $6,000? A lot of thought has even gone into the potential launch date. That was going to be October the 31st as well, and we've ended up obviously having our little setbacks, but you guys have pushed us to continue. You guys have pushed us to make this a success, and we promise you, for everything you guys have done for us, we are going to reward you, and you guys will be paid back in every single way we can, just to say thank you, whether that's support, whether that's love, whether that's calls, whether that's the options to make money. There is going to be so many opportunities to thrive as an individual, and it also sets the tone, a little bit of a kind of topic, or I guess you could say a highlight of the overall podcast, is to never give up. There will always be obstacles in your life. There will be times in your life where you want to give up. There are times in my life where I've wanted to give up. It happens, but this is life. Life is simply a game. And the quicker you understand that life will always move on without you, life will always continue no matter what happens. So when you actually understand and grasp those concepts, you very quickly realize no matter what is going on in your life right now, whether it's short term, temporary, whether it's been several years, it will never last forever, and absolutely nothing does last forever. So this is something you have to take into consideration. If nothing does last forever, that means whatever you're experiencing right now will not last forever. As long as you are making an effort, as long as you are making a change, as long as you are doing even 1% every single day to better yourself or get yourself out of a position that you're currently in that isn't favorable, you're going to see change. Complacency is the killer of all dreams. And this is a massive point to notice. If you spend, let's just say let's just say there's two people that are homeless. Now, one of them every single day goes out there and hands out his CV. If not, he goes and begs for a job. If not, he finds something to sell. If not, he goes and asks for a job. If not, he asks the other homeless people if they need help, if anything he can do to even make a penny or some way to make money. Or you've got the other guy that's homeless who sits there all day long feeling sorry for himself, blaming the universe, blaming the world. Why me? Why me? Why do I deserve this? Why is this me? Guess what? The person that's actually going out there and making a change, even if that person does it twice a week or 3 times a week, it's still more than the person who's doing absolutely nothing. And this is the secret to life. If you want something in life, you have to slowly but surely, if you cannot put 100% in, you have to slowly but surely accumulate over time. This is the snowball effect. This is the art of the snowball effect. Now, when I say a snowball effect, it's where you get a snowball and you roll it over the snow continuously, or you roll it downhill. Now, as you've seen probably in cartoons and in films, when you roll a snowball down a hill, it slowly becomes bigger and bigger and bigger because it's accumulating. It's like a chain reaction. The same goes for life. The more effort you put in, the more you actually work every single day towards a goal, the more it's going to accumulate, the more that effort is going to eventually pile up on top of each other and overlap, the more it's going to actually outgrow what you're currently doing. And eventually your efforts will outgrow your existing position. I'll never forget trying to actually break out of my 9 to 5, trying to actually get to that point where I could break out. If I did not spend every single day of my life making a conscious effort to break out of that 9 to 5, if I did not make a conscious effort every single living moment of my day, even when I was in my job, I was dreaming and thinking and acting as if I wasn't there yet. Even when I didn't have money, I was acting like I had money. I was acting like I had the same money as people that I was around that did have money. You know, there was people around me that had money, and in my head, I was like, I know I don't have money like these people, but I would act like it. I would think like it. I would pretend to be like those people. And then eventually I got to the same position as those people, and I excelled those people, because those wealthy people, though sometimes even they get complacent, and there's a possibility you can overlap those people, because when people start making money, they do eventually get complacent. Everyone gets complacent at some point in their life, and it's down to you to find that burning fire inside to go out there and absolutely kill it and achieve your goals. And to be honest with you, we've done exactly that for the platform. Every single day for 8 months. I know we've had a little setback. I know we've had some haters. You've seen on Twitter today, we had to kind of put a little message out for the haters and let them know, do you know what? You can hate all you want, but there's no need for negativity around here, because we have put blood, sweat and tears in every single day for over 8 months now. Before the launch of that platform, we barely slept. For almost 4 days, we were in that office going hard to ensure we could do everything in our power. And guess what happened when it didn't work out? We looked out to the crowd, we looked out to the masses, we looked out to the community, and all we got back was love. Now, the way we look at that is the snowball effect. We feel like everything we've done for an entire year has snowballed. It slowly picked up, and it even overgrew us. We literally our own platform almost outgrew us. But then we looked at the community and we saw the same energy had been reciprocated to the community. We got it back. You guys put us in that zone. You gave us the fire, and we haven't stopped, and here we are again. So essentially, the main sole purpose of this podcast is to let you know, not only is the Wizard platform going to absolutely change your life with the correct applications and work ethic and mindset, it's also to let you know that anything you want in life is achievable. Anything you want is there. You just have to go and grasp it, and it's not hard. People annoy me sometimes. I do get annoyed at people when they say they can't do it, when they say they're going to give up. Do it. Just go and do it. It's not hard. All you have to do is apply yourself. All you have to do is make the sacrifice. If there's one thing I've learned in life, sacrifices will always get you exactly where you want to be. There will be times where, to be honest with you, I haven't seen my family in a while. Majority of the Wizard team have not seen their family. We haven't seen our friends. We haven't seen our girlfriends, our loved ones, anyone. But guess what? These are short-term sacrifices. The millennials, the overall, you're seeing all these memes right now. Okay, boomer, all this stuff. It's funny, and it is funny. You know how I feel about millennials. I've voiced that many times over. But the truth is, we live in this generation of instant gratification and a vibe of, oh, I don't need to do this, or why do I need to do this? We're now seeing McDonald's workers rioting because they want more money. They want £15 or $15 an hour. But at the end of the day, that's not considerably a job that's, that's severe effort, a job that actually benefits society that much. It's good to pay the bills, but it's a low level job. And that's where you see a majority of students, or you see a majority of newcomers, but it doesn't justify pay. And this is that mindset, that toxic mindset that this new generation has, where I have to go to work, so I must get paid more. Well, how about the people that work years for free? How about the Wizard team? We don't get paid. We do this every single day. We do not get paid for this. We do it every single day for a year. We've been working tirelessly trading. But when I first started trading, guys, I did not get paid for years. I would get paid, of course I would win trades, but was I profitable in the beginning? No, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't understand anything. I had to learn the hard way. And the benefit here is everything I've thrown into that platform is there, so you do not have to make the same traps and mistakes that I and many other traders make when they first start off. Every single trader in the beginning, you'll win a trade. But guess what? By the end of the week, you've probably blown it again along with your account. This is the harsh reality of trading without mentorship, without understanding what to do, and letting your ego consume you. When you first start trading and you make your first bit of money, the first thing that crosses your mind is, this is easy. I could do this. I've just won a trade. Or you start trading demo. Oh, this is easy. This is okay. What? Place a few trades. Don't even place a stop loss, and it goes straight into profit. All right, I'll do that on a real account. Go to the real account. What happens then onwards? You get absolutely wrecked, absolutely violated by the market. And that's not something I'm going to let happen to any wizards as long as they follow the simple principles. So to end this podcast on a note, as you can tell, I'm running out of breath. I'm a little bit too excited today because things are right in front of my eyes now. The light at the end of the tunnel, everything we've worked for a year is finally here. It's clean, it's crisp, it's ready, it's fresh, it's vibrant. I could throw in all kinds of crazy buzzwords to make it sound cool, but the truth is the pictures alone do it enough justice. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope this podcast has sent home a very strong message. We've got an exciting Sunday coming up. We've had the codes given out, which means there could be some more surprises coming forward. So guys, hope you've enjoyed this podcast, and more importantly, see you very soon in the Telegram, on Instagram, and on Twitter as well.